I'm lying under my truck at 7:30 on a Tuesday night, knuckles scraped raw, when Claire's phone lights up on the garage floor beside me. The screen glows like a tiny beacon of betrayal, and I can see the message preview without even trying. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. Mason, you're my real adventure. Can't wait to escape tonight. Our anniversary is in 3 days. She still hasn't mentioned it. I slide out from under the Ford, wipe my hands on a rag that's probably dirtier than my hands, and stare at that phone. It's one of those moments where the universe splits in two, the world where I didn't see that message, and the world where I did. I'm standing in the second one now, and it smells like motor oil and lies. Alex? You still out here? Claire's voice drifts from the kitchen door, sweet as antifreeze. Yeah, just finishing up. I pocket her phone and head inside, my work boots leaving dark prints on the linoleum she's been nagging me to replace for 6 months. She's at the kitchen island, laptop open, wine glass half empty. She doesn't look up when I enter. That's been the pattern lately. I'm furniture, useful but unremarkable, background noise in her life soundtrack. Your phone was in the garage, I say, setting it beside her keyboard. Oh, thanks. She grabs it, checks the screen, and her lips curve into a smile that isn't for me. I have to go back to the office for a few hours. Big presentation tomorrow. It's almost 8. I know what time it is, Alex. That edge in her voice, sharp enough to cut. Some of us have careers that don't end at 5. I'm a small business repairman. I fix things, HVAC systems, electrical panels, plumbing disasters. I make decent money, enough that she could afford her fancy co-working space downtown and her twice-weekly Pilates classes. But in Claire's world, I'm blue-collar, and that's become a problem somewhere along the way. Right. Your career. How's Mason doing with his career? The words are out before I can stop them, and I watch her face freeze. Just for a second. Then she laughs, this brittle little sound like breaking glass. Mason? From the sales team? What about him? Nothing. Just wondered if he's working late, too. She stands, smoothing her skirt. When did she start wearing skirts to the office? And grabs her keys. You're being weird. I'll be back by 11. The door closes behind her, and I'm alone in our half-finished kitchen, surrounded by renovation projects I started when I thought we were building something together. The cabinets are only half-painted. The backsplash tiles sit in boxes, waiting for a future that's looking increasingly fictional. I pull out my own phone and open the app I installed 3 days ago. Find my device. Claire's blue dot is moving downtown, but not toward her office. It's heading to the Riverside district, where the expensive condos overlook the water, where Mason lives. I learned his address from her unlocked laptop last week. Her password is still our anniversary date. The irony would be funny if it didn't make me want to put my fist through the drywall. Instead, I grab a beer from the fridge and head to the garage. My punching bag hangs in the corner, right next to the weight bench I bought after Claire said I was letting myself go. I've been coming out here every night for the past month, working out the rage that's been building like pressure in a sealed pipe. 3 rounds on the bag, and I'm sweating through my shirt. My phone buzzes. Jules. You coming to the gym tomorrow? Need a sparring partner? Jules runs the boxing gym downtown, the kind of place with cracked leather and the smell of honest sweat. Ex-cop, saw too much, got out before it got him. We've been friends for 5 years, ever since I fixed his ancient boiler system and he paid me in boxing lessons. Me, yeah, need to hit something that hits back. Jules. Trouble at home? Me. You could say that. Jules. Tomorrow. We'll talk. I shower, change, and settle onto the couch with another beer. Claire comes home at 12:40, smelling like cologne that isn't mine and lies that are getting easier to spot. She doesn't say goodnight, Just heads upstairs, and I hear the bedroom door close. I sleep on the couch. It's more honest. The next morning, I'm at the Hendersons' place by 7, replacing their water heater. Mrs. Henderson is 70-something and talks non-stop, which is normally exhausting, but today feels like a relief. "Your wife must be so proud of you," she says, bringing me coffee in a mug that says "World's Best Grandma," having a husband who can fix anything. Yeah, she's thrilled. I don't mention that Claire introduces me as Alex. He does maintenance at her work parties, like I'm the building janitor instead of her husband. My phone buzzes. Claire. Claire. "Don't forget we have dinner with my brother tomorrow night. 7 p.m. Don't be late." Her brother. Right. Trevor. Trevor is everything I'm not. Corporate lawyer, 6-figure salary, penthouse apartment, and an ego that needs its own zip code. He's also the person Claire compares me to in every argument we've had for the past year. Trevor says I should be more ambitious. Trevor thinks we should move downtown. Trevor says marriage is about constant growth. Trevor can go to hell, but I text back, "Got it." I finish the water heater install, collect my check, and head to Jules's gym. It's in the old warehouse district, sandwiched between a tattoo parlor and a pawn shop. The sign outside just says Jules in faded red letters. Inside, it's all business. 2 rings, heavy bags, speed bags, weights, and the sound of gloves hitting leather. Jules is in his office, a closet-sized room with a desk, a filing cabinet, and photos of his cop days on the wall. He's 50-something, built like a fire hydrant, with gray stubble and eyes that don't miss much. "You look like hell," he says by way of greeting. "Feel worse." I drop into the chair across from his desk. "Claire's cheating." He doesn't look surprised. "You sure?" "Saw the texts, tracked her phone. She's spending nights at some guy's place. Mason, sales manager at her firm." "You confront her?" "Not yet. I'm trying to figure out what I want." Jules leans back, chair creaking. "What do you want?" That's the question, isn't it? A month ago, I would have said I wanted my marriage back, but that was before I realized the marriage I thought I had was just a story I was telling myself. "I want her to feel what I'm feeling," I say finally. "I want her to know what it's like to be invisible." Jules nods slowly. Revenge is a dish best served cold, they say. But in my experience, it's better served smart. You go off half-cocked, you'll end up in jail or worse. "I'm not going to kill anyone, Jules." "Good, because I like you, and orange jumpsuits aren't your color." He stands, tosses me a pair of gloves. "Come on, let's work out some of that anger before you do something stupid." We spar for 3 rounds. Jules is old, but he's technical, and he makes me work for every point. By the end, I'm exhausted and my head is clearer. "Better?" he asks. "Getting there." "Good. Now go home, play it cool, and think before you act. The best revenge isn't violent, it's strategic. Make them undo themselves." I drive home with those words rattling around in my skull. Make them undo themselves. Claire's car is in the driveway when I pull up. That's unusual. She's normally at the office until 6. I find her in the kitchen, on her phone, laughing at something on the screen. "You're home early," I say. She jumps, nearly drops the phone. "Jesus, Alex, you scared me." "Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt." "You didn't." She sets the phone face down on the counter. "I took a half day, needed a break." Must be nice. I grab water from the fridge, notice the new clothes shopping bags by the door. "Been shopping?" "Just a few things for the presentation next week." "Thought you had a big presentation yesterday. The one you worked late for." Her eyes narrow. "I have multiple presentations, Alex. It's called being successful." "Right. Success. How's Mason's presentation going?" There it is again. That flicker of panic in her eyes, quickly masked. "Why do you keep bringing up Mason?" "Do I? Hadn't noticed." I head toward the stairs. "I'm going to shower." Don't forget about dinner with Trevor tomorrow. I'm the one who reminded you. So you did. I leave her standing there, and I can feel her eyes on my back as I climb the stairs. Good. Let her wonder what I know. That night, I pretend to fall asleep early. Claire waits until my breathing is steady, then slips out of bed. I hear her in the bathroom, the whisper of her voice through the door. I'll slip out after he's asleep. No, he doesn't suspect anything. I know, baby. I miss you too. Baby. She calls him baby. I stare at the ceiling in the dark and feel something cold and hard settle in my chest. This isn't just an affair. This is a whole separate life she's building, and I'm just the obstacle she has to work around. Fine. If she wants me to be invisible, I'll disappear. But first, I'm going to make damn sure she notices I'm gone. Trevor's favorite restaurant is the kind of place where the menu doesn't have prices, and the waiters look at you like they're doing you a favor by taking your order. Claire loves it here. I hate it on principle. We're seated at a table by the window, overlooking the river. Trevor is already there, checking his Rolex like we're late, even though we're 5 minutes early. His wife, Melissa, sits beside him looking bored and expensive, in a dress that probably costs more than my truck payment. Alex, Claire. Trevor stands, shakes my hand with just enough pressure to remind me he works out with a personal trainer. You're looking well. Translation. You're looking exactly the same as last time, which is to say, disappointing. Trevor, Melissa, thanks for the invitation. Of course, family is important. He says this like he invented the concept. I was just telling Melissa about the partnership track at the firm. 3 more months and I'll be the youngest partner in company history. Congratulations, I say, because that's what you're supposed to say. Claire beams at her brother like he just cured cancer. That's amazing, Trev. You've worked so hard. Hard work pays off. That's what I keep telling you, Claire. You've got the talent. You just need to be more aggressive about advancement. I know. I've been working on it. Good. And Alex? Trevor turns those shark eyes on me. How's the repair business? Busy. People's stuff keeps breaking. I'm sure. Must be satisfying working with your hands. The way he says it makes it sound like I'm digging ditches. Ever think about expanding, hiring a crew, building something bigger? I like what I do. That's Trevor speak for, you're wasting your potential. He turns back to Claire. So, I heard through the grapevine that your firm is looking at some restructuring. Promotions coming up? Claire's face lights up. Actually, yes. There's a senior account director position opening. I'm one of 3 candidates. That's wonderful. What's the competition like? Well, there's Mason from sales. He's got the numbers, but he's kind of a mess personally. And Paula from my team, but she doesn't have the client relationships I do. Mason. She just mentioned him at dinner with her brother, casual as anything. The audacity is almost impressive. You'll get it, Trevor says confidently. You're a Webb. We don't lose. Claire's maiden name is Webb. She kept it professionally, which I supported because I'm not a Neanderthal, but Trevor wields it like a weapon, this idea that being a Webb means something special. Melissa finally speaks up. Alex, didn't you mention wanting to take Claire on a trip for your anniversary? That's coming up, isn't it? All eyes turn to me. Claire's face is carefully neutral. Yeah, it's in 2 days, actually. Thought about doing something special, but Claire's been so busy with work. I look at my wife. Haven't really had time to plan anything. Work is important, Trevor interjects. Claire's at a crucial point in her career. Sometimes personal things have to take a back seat. Right. Personal things. Like marriage. The table goes quiet. Claire's smile is frozen on her face. Alex, she starts. No, Trevor's right. Career comes first. I get it. I'm just the guy who fixes things. That's not what I meant, Trevor says, but his tone suggests it's exactly what he meant. The waiter arrives with our appetizers, breaking the tension. We eat in awkward silence for a few minutes. Then Trevor, because he can't help himself, starts up again. You know, Alex, I have a friend who runs a property management company. Always looking for reliable maintenance guys. Could probably get you steady contract work. Better money than the freelance stuff. I'm good, thanks. Just trying to help. Claire mentioned you've been stressed about money. I look at Claire. She's studying her plate like it contains the secrets of the universe. Did she? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Economy's tough. Having a brother-in-law who's connected can be an advantage if you'd let it be. I don't need charity, Trevor. It's not charity, it's networking. That's how the world works. But if you'd rather struggle on your own, that's your choice. The rest of dinner is excruciating. Trevor holds court, talking about his cases and his gym routine and his new Audi. Melissa contributes nothing. Claire laughs at all Trevor's jokes and avoids looking at me. I eat my overpriced steak and count the minutes until I can leave. Finally, mercifully, the check comes. Trevor insists on paying, which is his way of reminding everyone he makes more money than God. In the parking lot, Trevor pulls me aside while Claire and Melissa say goodbye. Look, Alex, I'm going to be straight with you, man to man. Here it comes. Claire's not happy. I can see it. Melissa can see it. Hell, probably everyone can see it except you. Is that right? She needs more. More ambition, more excitement, more everything. And I don't think you're capable of giving it to her. I step closer to Trevor, close enough to see his pupils dilate. You know what I think, Trevor? I think you're so far up your own ass that you've forgotten what actual human relationships look like. Claire and I have problems, sure, but they're our problems, not yours. I'm her brother. You're a bully in an expensive suit, and if you ever talk about my marriage like you know something about it again, we're going to have a different kind of conversation. One where your Rolex and your Audi and your partnership don't mean shit. Trevor's face goes red. Are you threatening me? I'm educating you. There's a difference. Claire appears at my elbow. Everything okay? Fine, Trevor says tightly. Just guy talk. We should go, I say to Claire. Early day tomorrow. In the car, Claire is silent for exactly 3 blocks. Then, what did you say to Trevor? Nothing he didn't need to hear. He's trying to help, Alex. He's trying to control. There's a difference. You're being paranoid. I laugh, and it's not a nice sound. Am I? Tell me something, Claire. When you talk to your brother about our marriage, what exactly do you say? I don't, because he seems to know a lot about our finances, about me being stressed, about you not being happy. She's quiet. That's what I thought. You're not exactly easy to talk to lately. Lately? How about you? When's the last time we had a real conversation? One where you weren't on your phone or thinking about work or just somewhere else? That's not fair. None of this is fair, Claire. But at least I'm here. I'm present. Can you say the same? We pull into our driveway. Claire gets out without answering and goes straight inside. I sit in the truck for a while, hands on the steering wheel, trying to remember when everything went wrong. My phone buzzes. Jules. How'd dinner go? Me. About as well as a root canal without anesthesia. Jules. That good, huh? Come by the gym tomorrow. Got something to show you. Me. What? Jules. Just come by. The next morning, I'm at the gym by 6. Jules is in his office with a laptop open and a grim expression on his face. What's up? I ask. Sit down. He turns the laptop toward me. Remember how I said I still have friends on the force? Yeah. Well, one of them owes me a favor. I had him run a background check on Mason, the guy your wife's seeing. My stomach drops. And? Mason Porter, 37, sales manager at Pinnacle PR, divorced twice, currently has a restraining order filed against him by his second ex-wife for harassment. Also has 3 DUIs, 2 bar fights, and a reputation for sleeping with coworkers. I stare at the screen. There's Mason's face, smug and handsome in his LinkedIn photo. This is the guy Claire chose over me. There's more, Jules says quietly. He's got debt, serious debt, gambling problem according to my guy. He's been hitting up coworkers for loans. Jesus. I'm telling you this because you need to know what you're dealing with. This isn't some harmless office romance. This guy's trouble. Does Claire know? That's the question, isn't it? Jules closes the laptop. Either she knows and doesn't care, or she doesn't know and she's being played. Either way, you need to be smart about this. What do you mean? I mean, if you go nuclear right now, she'll defend him. She'll make you the bad guy. But if you let this play out, let her see who he really is. He shrugs. Sometimes the best revenge is just stepping back and letting people show their true colors. That could take months. Good things come to those who wait and who plan carefully. I leave the gym with my head spinning. That night, I do something I've never done before. I go through Claire's laptop while she's in the shower. Her email is open, and I don't have to search long to find what I'm looking for. Emails to Mason, hundreds of them, going back 6 months. Sweet nothings and logistics and complaints about me. But there's something else too. Emails to Paula, Claire's best friend from work. I open the most recent thread. Claire, I don't know how much longer I can do this. Alex is getting suspicious. Paula, maybe it's time to just tell him. Rip off the Band-Aid. Claire, I can't. Not yet. Mason says we need to wait until after I get the promotion. If Alex makes a scene, it could hurt my chances. Paula, Mason says a lot of things. Are you sure you can trust him? Claire, what's that supposed to mean? Paula, nothing. Just be careful. I've heard some things around the office. Claire, what things? Paula, never mind. Forget I said anything. I hear the shower turn off. I close the laptop and slip out of the bedroom before Claire emerges. My heart is hammering. She's planning to leave me. She's just waiting for the right time, the right moment when it's convenient for her career. Fine. If she wants to play it strategic, I can play too. That night, I start my own plan. First step, stop caring, stop trying, stop being available. When Claire comes to bed, I'm already asleep, or pretending to be. When she tries to talk to me the next morning, I'm polite but distant. When she asks me to run an errand for her, I'm busy. What's gotten into you? She asks on the third day of my new strategy. Nothing. Just focused on work. You know, being ambitious. She doesn't like that. I can see it in her eyes. She's used to me being accommodating, flexible, there when she needs me. Now I'm not, and it's throwing her off balance. Good. 2 weeks into my new approach, and Claire is losing her mind. She's used to being the one who's too busy, too important, too focused on her career. Now I'm the one who's always at the gym, always working late, always too tired for conversation. The irony is delicious. We need to talk, she says one Saturday morning. I'm heading out to help Jules install new equipment at the gym. A lie, but a convenient one. Can it wait? I'm late. No, it can't wait. We barely see each other anymore. I pause at the door. I thought that's what you wanted. Space to focus on your career, your priorities. I never said I wanted us to be strangers. Didn't you? You said marriage doesn't mean I'm your top priority. I'm just respecting that. Her face flushes. That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean, Claire? Because from where I'm standing, you've checked out of this marriage. I'm just following your lead. You're being childish. I'm being realistic. You want something I can't give you, so I'm giving you space to figure out what that is. I leave before she can respond. In my truck, my hands are shaking. This is harder than I thought it would be, pretending not to care when every fiber of my being wants to scream at her, shake her, demand to know when I stopped being enough. But Jules is right. The best revenge is patience. At the gym, Jules takes one look at my face and hands me gloves. Ring. Now. We spar for an hour. I'm sloppy, emotional, and he punishes me for it. By the end, I'm exhausted and bleeding from a split lip. Better? He asks. No, but thanks. What happened? I tell him about the conversation with Claire. He listens, nodding occasionally. She's panicking, he says finally. You've changed the dynamic. She's not in control anymore. So what do I do? Keep doing what you're doing. Let her stew. Meanwhile, we gather information. What kind of information? Jules grins. It's not a nice grin. The kind that gives you leverage. Come on, I've got something to show you. He leads me to his office and pulls up a Facebook page on his computer. It's a private group called Pinnacle PR Social Club. Claire's a member. So is Mason. So is Paula. How did you get access to this? I ask. Friend request from a fake account. Hot girl, mutual friends, you know the drill. People are dumb about social media. He scrolls through posts. Office parties, happy hours, team building events. And there, in a photo from 3 weeks ago, is Claire. She's leaning against Mason, his arm around her waist, both of them laughing. The caption reads, Best team ever. Work family, pinnacle life. My stomach churns. Jules keeps scrolling. More photos. Claire and Mason at a bar, at a restaurant, at what looks like someone's apartment party. They're not hiding it. They're just not posting it where I'd see it. There's more, Jules says. He opens a screenshot of a text conversation. My guy got this from someone at their office. Office gossip is better than the FBI. The texts are between Mason and someone named Brad. Mason, Claire's husband is clueless. Makes this so much easier. Brad, dude, you're playing with fire. What if he finds out? Mason, what's he gonna do? He's a fucking handyman. I make 3 times what he does. Claire's not going back to that. Brad, if you say so. Just don't come crying to me when it blows up. Mason, it won't. Trust me. I've got this under control. I read it 3 times. The casual contempt in his words. The certainty that I'm no threat. When was this? I ask. Last week. I want to destroy him. I know, but you've got to be smart about it. You go after him directly, you're the bad guy. Claire defends him, you lose everything. So what do I do? Jules leans back in his chair. You make him destroy himself. And I think I know how. The plan is simple, elegant, and completely deniable. Jules has a friend who works at a rival PR firm. That friend is very interested in hearing about Mason's gambling debts and his habit of borrowing money from clients. All it takes is one anonymous tip to the right person, and Mason's professional reputation starts to crumble. But that's just the beginning. What about Claire? I ask. What about her? She's part of this too. Jules nods slowly. True. But if you go after her directly, you're the villain. Better to let her see Mason for who he really is. Let her make the choice to stay with a sinking ship. And if she does, then you know where you stand, and you act accordingly. That night, I come home to find Claire's car gone. There's a note on the kitchen counter. Girls' night. Don't wait up. Girls' night. Right. I check the Find My Device app. Her phone is at Mason's apartment. Something inside me snaps. I grab my keys and drive downtown. Mason lives in one of those new luxury buildings with a doorman and a gym and probably a rooftop infinity pool. I park across the street and wait. At 11:30, Claire emerges. She's not alone. Paula is with her. They're laughing about something, and Claire looks happier than I've seen her in months. They hug goodbye, and Claire gets into her car. I follow her. Not home. She drives to a different bar, one of those trendy places with craft cocktails and exposed brick. She goes inside, and 10 minutes later, Mason shows up. I watch through the window as they meet. He kisses her. Not a friendly peck, but a real kiss. The kind that makes my vision go red. They sit at a corner table, heads close together, and I can see her laughing at whatever he's saying. This is my wife. The woman I've loved for 8 years. The woman I thought I'd grow old with. and she's sitting in a bar with another man, like I don't exist. I'm about to do something stupid, storm in there, flip the table, make a scene, when my phone rings. Jules. "Where are you?" he asks. "Downtown, watching my wife on a date with her boyfriend." "Get out of there, right now." "Why?" "Because if you confront them now, you lose. You lose the moral high ground, you lose the divorce settlement, you lose everything. Get in your truck and drive to the gym. I'll meet you there." "Jules." "Now, Alex, trust me." I force myself to drive away. Every instinct is screaming at me to go back, to confront them, to make them see what they're doing to me. But I drive to the gym and Jules is waiting outside. "Inside," he says. We go to his office. He pours 2 glasses of whiskey and hands me one. "Drink." I drink. It burns. "You good?" "No." "Good. You shouldn't be, but you need to keep your head on straight. What you just saw, that's ammunition. That's evidence. You don't waste it on a bar fight." "Then what do I do with it?" "You document everything. Photos, times, locations. You build a case. And when the time is right, you use it." "For what? Divorce?" Jules shrugs. "That's up to you, but whatever you decide, you do it from a position of strength, not from a place of rage." He's right. I know he's right, but knowing doesn't make it hurt less. I go home at 2 a.m. Claire's car is in the driveway, and the house is dark. I sleep in the spare room, and when I wake up, she's already gone. The next week is a blur. I work, I train, I avoid Claire as much as possible. When we do cross paths, I'm polite but distant. She's getting frustrated. I can see it in the way she looks at me, like I'm a puzzle she can't solve. On Thursday, Jules calls me. "It's happening." "What's happening?" "Mason's bosses got the tip about his gambling. They're investigating. Should be interesting." "How do you know?" "I have my sources. Just sit tight. This is going to get good." He's right. By Friday afternoon, the office gossip has reached Claire. She comes home early, furious. "Did you hear what's happening at work?" she demands. "No. What?" "Someone reported Mason to HR. Anonymous tip about gambling debts and borrowing money from clients. They're doing a full investigation." "That's terrible," I say, not meaning it at all. "It's bullshit. Mason would never do that." "You sure about that?" She glares at me. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing. Just that you don't always know people as well as you think you do." "You don't know him at all." "True. But I know you. And I know when you're lying to yourself." "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" "Figure it out, Claire. You're smart." I leave her standing in the kitchen and go to the gym. Jules is waiting with news. "It gets better," he says. "Turns out Mason has been skimming from client entertainment budgets. Small amounts, but enough. HR is going to fire him." "When?" "Monday, probably. And here's the kicker. Paula, your wife's best friend, she's the one who gave HR the evidence." "What? Why would she do that?" Jules grins. "Because Paula and Mason had a thing last year, before Claire. And apparently Paula's not over it. She's been feeding information to HR for weeks." I sit down hard. "So Paula set him up?" "Looks like it. And your wife is caught in the middle." This is better than I could have planned. Mason's world is imploding, and I didn't have to do anything. Well, almost anything. "What about Claire?" I ask. "That's up to you, man, but I'd say it's time for a conversation, a real one." He's right. It's time. I wait until Saturday. Claire is home, working on her laptop in the living room. I sit down across from her, and she looks up surprised. "We need to talk," I say. "I'm busy." "This can't wait." She sighs and closes the laptop. "What?" "I know about Mason." The color drains from her face. "What are you talking about?" "I know you're having an affair. I've known for weeks." She opens her mouth, closes it, opens it again. "Alex, don't. Don't insult me by lying. I've seen the texts. I've tracked your phone. I've watched you meet him at bars. I know everything. Tears spring to her eyes. It's not what you think. Really? Because I think my wife has been sleeping with her coworker for months while lying to my face. What part of that am I getting wrong? You don't understand. You and we've been drifting apart for so long. So you decided to drift into someone else's bed. It just happened. No. You made choices. Every time you texted him, every time you lied to me about working late, every time you kissed him, those were choices. She's crying now, mascara running down her face. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you? Because you didn't seem sorry last night when you were at that bar with him. You seemed happy. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. And now? She looks at me, and for the first time in months, I see something real in her eyes. Fear. I don't want to lose you. You should have thought of that before you fucked Mason. She flinches. Don't. Why not? That's what happened, right? Or are we going to pretend this was just an emotional affair? Alex, please, answer the question, Claire. Did you sleep with him? Silence. Then barely a whisper. Yes. The word hangs between us like a guillotine blade. I knew it was coming, but hearing her say it still feels like a punch to the gut. How many times? Does it matter? Yes. I don't know. A few. More than a few. In our bed? No. God, no, never here. Oh, well, that makes it so much better. I know you're angry. Angry? Claire, I'm way past angry. I'm in a place I didn't even know existed. She reaches for my hand. I pull away. Don't touch me. Please, let me explain. Explain what? How you decided I wasn't good enough? How you found someone more exciting, more successful, more whatever the hell Mason is? It wasn't about you not being enough, it was about me. I felt trapped, like my life was just happening to me. Mason made me feel alive again. And I made you feel what? Dead? No, you made me feel safe, comfortable, and I didn't want comfortable anymore. So you blew up our marriage because you were bored. That's not fair. I laugh, and it's a bitter sound. Fair? You want to talk about fair? I've spent 8 years building a life with you. I've supported your career, listened to your problems, put up with your asshole brother, and you repay me by screwing your coworker because you're bored. It's more complicated than that. No, it's really not. You made a choice. Now I get to make one. Her eyes widen. What does that mean? It means I'm done. I'm done being the safe option. I'm done being the guy you settle for while you look for something better. I'm done with all of it. Are you saying you want a divorce? I'm saying I want you to leave. Pack a bag and get out. Go stay with Paula or Mason or your brother. I don't care, but I want you out of this house tonight. This is my house too. And we'll figure that out with lawyers. But tonight, I want you gone. She stares at me like she doesn't recognize me. Good. I don't recognize myself either. Where am I supposed to go? That's not my problem anymore. You should have thought about that before you decided to cheat. She stands, wobbly on her feet. This isn't over, Alex. Yeah, it is. You just don't know it yet. She goes upstairs. I hear drawers opening, closet doors slamming. 20 minutes later, she comes down with a suitcase and her laptop bag. I'll come back for the rest of my things, she says. Fine. Text me first. I don't want to be here when you do. She stops at the door, turns back. I really am sorry, for what it's worth. It's not worth much. She leaves. The door closes and I'm alone in the house we bought together, surrounded by renovation projects we'll never finish. I pour myself a drink and call Jules. It's done, I say. How do you feel? Like shit. That's normal. Give it time. How much time? However much you need, but Alex, you did the right thing. Doesn't feel like it. It will. Eventually. I hang up and sit in the dark, drinking whiskey and wondering how everything went so wrong. The next few days are a nightmare. Claire texts constantly, apologies, explanations, pleas to talk. I ignore most of them. The ones I do answer are short and cold. Claire, can we please talk about this like adults? Me, nothing to talk about, get a lawyer. Claire, I made a mistake. People make mistakes. Me, people make mistakes. You made choices. Claire, I love you. I never stopped loving you. Me, you have a funny way of showing it. On Tuesday, I get a call from Trevor. What the hell did you do to my sister? He demands. I kicked her out for cheating on me. Want to take her side on that too? She said you wouldn't even listen to her explanation. There's no explanation that makes it okay, Trevor. She had an affair, multiple times, with a coworker, while lying to my face. What part of that should I be understanding about? Marriage is work, Alex. You don't just give up when things get hard. I didn't give up. She did, when she decided to sleep with someone else. You're being stubborn. Claire made a mistake, but she wants to fix things. She wants to fix things now that her boyfriend is getting fired and her life is falling apart. Where was this desire to fix things when she was sneaking around behind my back? You're going to regret this. Maybe. But I'll regret staying even more. He hangs up on me. Good riddance. That night, I'm at the gym when Paula shows up. I recognize her from Claire's Facebook photos. Tall, blonde, always perfectly put together. Tonight she looks nervous. Alex, can we talk? Depends. Are you here to defend Claire? No, I'm here to tell you the truth. That gets my attention. What truth? Can we go somewhere private? Jules lets us use his office. Paula sits across from me, fidgeting with her purse. I'm the one who reported Mason to HR, she says. I know. She looks surprised. How? I have sources. Why are you telling me this? Because I want you to know that Claire isn't the victim she's pretending to be. She knew what she was doing. She knew Mason was bad news, and she didn't care. Why would you help her cover it up? I didn't. I tried to warn her, multiple times, but she was so caught up in the excitement of it all that she wouldn't listen. So, you decided to take Mason down. He deserved it. He's a predator. He's done this before, targeted women at work, made promises, then moved on when things got complicated. I didn't want him to get away with it again. Very noble. But you still helped Claire lie to me. She looks down. I know, and I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner, but she's my friend, and I thought she'd come to her senses. She didn't. No, she didn't. And now she's paying the price. Is she? Because from where I'm sitting, I'm the one paying. She gets to play the victim, say she made a mistake, and everyone feels sorry for her. I'm the bad guy for not forgiving her. You're not the bad guy, Alex. You're the one who got hurt. And you have every right to be angry. Thanks for the permission. She stands. I just wanted you to know the truth. What you do with it is up to you. She leaves, and I'm alone with Jules. That was interesting, he says. Yeah. You believe her? About Mason being a predator? Yeah. About the rest? I don't know. Everyone's got an agenda. True. So what's your agenda? Right now? Survive. Figure out what comes next. Fair enough. But Alex, don't let this break you. You're better than that. Am I? Yeah, you are. I wish I believed him. Mason gets fired on Wednesday. Claire calls me, crying. They let him go, without severance. They're saying he stole from clients. Did he? I don't know. Maybe. But it's not fair. They didn't even give him a chance to defend himself. Life's not fair, Claire. You taught me that. Don't be cruel. I'm not being cruel. I'm being honest. You hitched your wagon to a guy who turned out to be exactly what everyone warned you he was. That's not my problem. He's devastated. Good. How can you be so cold? Easy. I learned from the best. She hangs up on me. That night, I'm home when someone pounds on my door. I open it to find Mason standing there, drunk and furious. You did this, he slurs. You got me fired. I didn't do anything. You did it to yourself. Bullshit. You couldn't handle that Claire wanted someone better, so you sabotaged me. Claire wanted someone better? That's funny, because from where I'm standing, she downgraded. He takes a swing at me. I see it coming a mile away. Jules has trained me well. I duck, and his fist hits the doorframe. He howls in pain. You should leave, I say calmly. Fuck you. You think you're so much better than me? I think I'm not a gambling addict who steals from clients and sleeps with married women. So yeah, I'm better than you. He lunges at me. This time I don't dodge. I catch his arm, twist it, and use his momentum to slam him face first into the porch railing. He goes down hard, blood streaming from his nose. I said leave. He scrambles to his feet, holding his face. You're going to regret this. Get in line. He stumbles to his car and drives away. I should call the cops, but I don't. Let him nurse his wounds and his bruised ego. I call Jules. Mason just showed up at my house, drunk, took a swing at me. You okay? Fine, he's not. Good, but Alex? Be careful. Guys like that, when they're cornered, they do stupid things. I can handle Mason. I know you can. I'm worried about Claire. If she's still talking to him, she might do something stupid too. He's right. I text Claire. Me. Your boyfriend just showed up at my house drunk and tried to fight me. Keep him away from me or I'm calling the cops. Claire. Oh my God, are you okay? Me. I'm fine. He's not. Control your people, Claire. Claire. He's not my people. We're done. I told him it's over. Me. Good for you. A little late, but good. Claire. Can we please talk? In person? Me. No. Claire. Please. I need to see you. Me. You lost that privilege. She doesn't respond. The next week, Claire starts showing up at places she knows I'll be. The gym, the hardware store, the diner where I get breakfast. She's not subtle about it. This is harassment, I tell her at the gym. I just want to talk. We have nothing to talk about. Please, Alex, I'm falling apart here. You should have thought about that before you cheated. I know I screwed up. I know I hurt you. But we had 8 years together. That has to count for something. It did count for something, until you threw it away. I want to fix this. Tell me what I need to do. You can't fix it, Claire. It's broken. We're broken. And I don't want to put the pieces back together. She starts crying, right there in the middle of the gym. People are staring. I walk away, and she doesn't follow. That night, Jules pulls me aside. She's not going to give up. I know. So what are you going to do? File for divorce. Move on with my life. You sure that's what you want? What else is there? Closure, real closure. Not just walking away, but making sure she understands why. She knows why. Does she? Or does she just think you're being stubborn? I think about that. What do you suggest? One last conversation. You lay it all out. Everything you know, everything you feel. No holds barred. Then you walk away for good. And if she doesn't accept it, then that's her problem, not yours. I agree to meet Claire at a coffee shop on neutral ground. She shows up looking like she hasn't slept in days. Good. Thank you for meeting me, she says. This is the last time, Claire. After this, we only communicate through lawyers. Okay. I understand. Do you? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you understand what you did to me. I hurt you. I know that. You destroyed me. You took everything I thought I knew about my life, about us, and you lit it on fire. And you did it while smiling to my face and lying through your teeth. I'm sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. Sorry doesn't mean anything. Sorry is just a word you use to make yourself feel better. Then what do you want me to say? I want you to admit that you didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. Multiple choices. Every time you texted Mason, every time you met him, every time you slept with him, those were choices. You chose him over me. Over us. And you did it knowing exactly what you were doing. She's crying again. You're right. I chose. I chose wrong, and I regret it every day. But you only regret it because it didn't work out. If Mason hadn't gotten fired, if your affair hadn't blown up, you'd still be with him. You'd still be lying to me. That's not true, isn't it? When were you planning to tell me? Before or after you got your promotion? She goes pale. How did you... I read your emails, Claire. I know you were waiting until after the promotion to leave me. I know you didn't want to risk your career by having a messy divorce. I was trying to protect both of us. You were protecting yourself. Don't pretend this was for my benefit. What do you want from me, Alex? I've apologized. I've admitted I was wrong. What else can I do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's over. Not because I'm stubborn or cruel, but because I can't trust you anymore. And without trust, there's no marriage. We can rebuild trust. No, we can't. Every time you're late from work, I'll wonder if you're really at work. Every time you text someone, I'll wonder who it is. Every time you smile at another man, I'll wonder if he's next. I can't live like that. So that's it? 8 years and you're just done? You were done months ago, Claire. I'm just catching up. I stand. She grabs my hand. Please don't go. Please. I pull away. Goodbye, Claire. I walk out of the coffee shop and don't look back. My phone buzzes immediately. Texts from Claire begging me to reconsider. I block her number. At home, I pour a drink and sit in the dark. It's over. Really over. And I feel nothing. Not relief, not sadness, just a vast emptiness where my marriage used to be. My phone rings. Jules. How'd it go? It's done. How do you feel? Empty. That's normal. Give it time. The feeling will come back. What if it doesn't? It will. Trust me, you're tougher than you think. I want to believe him. I really do. 2 months later, the divorce is finalized. Claire gets half the house equity. I keep the house. We split the savings. No alimony. She makes more than I do anyway. Clean break, the lawyer calls it. I run into Paula at the grocery store. She looks uncomfortable. How are you doing? She asks. Surviving. You? Same. Claire's moved back in with Trevor. Good for her. She's not doing well, Alex. She lost the promotion. Mason's been calling her, drunk, blaming her for everything. Her life's kind of a mess. And you're telling me this why? I don't know. I thought you'd want to know. I don't. Claire made her choices. She gets to live with them. That's pretty cold. Yeah, well, I learned from experience. Paula nods slowly. For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing. Walking away. Thanks. Doesn't make it easier, but thanks. She leaves and I finish my shopping. At home, I look around at the half-finished renovation projects. Time to finish what I started. I spend the next month working on the house. New cabinets, new backsplash, new floors. I work late into the night, losing myself in the physical labor. Jules stops by sometimes, helps with the heavy lifting. Place is looking good, he says one night. Thanks. Feels good to finish something. You thinking about selling? Maybe, eventually. Right now, I'm just focused on making it mine again. Fair enough. You seeing anyone? No, not ready for that. That's smart. Take your time. Figure out who you are without her. Who am I without her? That's the question, isn't it? But you'll figure it out. You're already starting to. He's right. Slowly, painfully, I'm starting to feel like myself again. A different version of myself. Harder, more cautious, less willing to trust. But myself, nonetheless. 6 months after the divorce, I sell the house. Too many memories, too many ghosts. I buy a smaller place across town, closer to the gym. It's a fixer-upper, which suits me fine. I've gotten good at fixing broken things. I run into Trevor at a bar. He's drunk, which is unusual for him. Alex, he says too loud. The man who broke my sister's heart. Your sister broke her own heart, Trevor. I just refused to fix it for her. She loved you, you know. Still does. She loved the idea of me, the safe option, until she got bored. You're a cold bastard. I learned from the best. Your sister taught me well. He takes a swing at me. Unlike Mason, Trevor's sober enough to connect. His fist catches my jaw and I taste blood. But I don't hit back. I just look at him. Feel better? I ask. He looks at his hand, then at me, and something crumbles in his face. No. Yeah. Violence doesn't fix things. I learned that too. I leave him at the bar and drive home. My jaw aches, but I don't care. That's the last piece of my old life, and now it's gone. A year after the divorce, I'm at the gym when a woman walks in. She's new, nervous, clearly out of her element. Jules introduces us. Alex, this is Rachel. She's looking to learn self-defense. Thought you might be willing to teach her some basics. Rachel has kind eyes and a careful smile. I don't want to impose. No imposition. I teach a class on Thursdays. You're welcome to join. Thank you. I appreciate it. She shows up Thursday. She's a quick learner, focused and determined. After class, we grab coffee. Can I ask you something? She says. Sure. Why do you teach self-defense? You don't seem like the type who needs the money. I don't do it for money. I do it because everyone should know how to protect themselves. Physically, emotionally, all of it. Sounds like there's a story there. There is. But it's not a first coffee kind of story. She smiles. Fair enough. Maybe a second coffee story? Maybe. We have coffee again the next week, and the week after that. Slowly, carefully, we build something. It's not love, not yet. But it's real, and it's honest, and it's mine. 2 years after the divorce, I see Claire at a mutual friend's wedding. She's there with a date, some corporate guy in an expensive suit. She looks older, harder. The spark I fell in love with is gone. She sees me and freezes. I nod politely and turn away. She follows me outside. Alex, hi. Claire. You look good, really good. Thanks, you too. I heard you're seeing someone. Rachel, right? Yeah. Is it serious? Getting there. She nods, and I can see the tears forming. I'm happy for you. Really. Thanks. Do you ever think about us? About what we had? Sometimes. But not the way you probably hope. What does that mean? It means I think about what we had, and I'm grateful it's over. You did me a favor, Claire. You showed me what I don't want, and that's valuable. That's a cruel thing to say. It's an honest thing to say. You wanted honesty, right? That's what you always said. You wanted me to be real with you. I wanted you to fight for us. I did fight. For years, I fought to make you happy, to be enough, to fix whatever was broken, and you threw it away the first time someone more exciting came along. So no, I didn't fight to keep you, because you weren't worth fighting for. She slaps me. Hard. I don't react. Feel better? I ask. Go to hell, Alex. Already been there. It looked a lot like our marriage. She walks away, and I go back inside. Rachel is waiting by the bar. Everything okay? She asks. Yeah, everything's fine. She takes my hand and we dance. And for the first time in years, I feel light, free, like I've finally let go of the weight I've been carrying. 5 years after the divorce, I'm at Jules's gym when he calls me into his office. Got something to tell you, he says. What? Claire's getting married to some hedge fund guy. Saw it on Facebook. Good for her. You mean that? Yeah, I do. I hope she's happy. I hope she learned something. But either way, it's not my problem anymore. Jules grins. You've come a long way, man. I had good teachers. Speaking of which, Rachel's outside. Said something about a surprise. I go outside. Rachel is standing by my truck, holding a small box. What's this? I ask. Open it. Inside is a key. What's this for? Our new place. If you want it to be our place. I know we've been taking it slow, But I think we're ready. What do you think? I look at her. This woman who's been patient with my damage, who's never pushed, who's let me heal at my own pace. And I realize I'm ready too. Yeah, I say. I think we're ready. She kisses me, and it feels like coming home. Not to the home I lost, but to something better. Something I built myself, from the ground up. 10 years after the divorce, I'm at my daughter's first birthday party. Rachel and I got married 3 years ago, and our daughter, Emma, is the light of my life. The party is at our house, a place we renovated together, with no ghosts and no regrets. Jules is there, older and grayer but still throwing punches at life. My brother is there with his family, even some old friends from the divorce days, the ones who stuck by me. My phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. Unknown. Hi, Alex. It's Claire. I know we haven't talked in years, but I saw on Facebook that you have a daughter. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I really am. I hope you've found the peace I couldn't give you. I stare at the message for a long moment. Then I delete it without responding. That chapter is closed. Done. Over. Rachel comes up beside me. Who was that? Nobody important. You sure? Positive. Emma toddles over, cake on her face, laughing. I pick her up and she squeals with delight. This is my life now. This is what I fought for, what I built from the ashes of my old life. And it's enough. More than enough. It's everything. 15 years after the divorce, I'm at Jules's funeral. He died peacefully in his sleep, which is more than most ex-cops get. At the wake, people share stories about his boxing days, his cop days, his mentorship. When it's my turn, I stand up. Jules saved my life, I say, not in some dramatic movie way, but in the way that matters. When I was drowning, he threw me a rope. When I wanted revenge, he taught me patience. When I wanted to destroy, he taught me to build. He taught me that the best revenge isn't violence or cruelty, it's living well, being better, building something real. I look around the room, at Rachel, at Emma, at the life I've built. Jules used to say that the best revenge is just stepping back and letting people show their true colors, and he was right. But he also taught me that real victory isn't about revenge at all. It's about becoming the person you're meant to be, regardless of who tried to break you. I raise my glass. To Jules, the best teacher I ever had. Everyone drinks, and I sit down. Rachel squeezes my hand. That was beautiful, she says. It was true. 20 years after the divorce, I'm sitting on my porch, watching Emma graduate high school. She's smart, strong, confident. Everything I hoped she'd be. Rachel sits beside me, gray in her hair now, laugh lines around her eyes. Can you believe it? She says. 20 years. Feels like yesterday and forever ago. My phone buzzes. Another message from an unknown number. Unknown. Alex, it's Claire. I'm dying. Cancer. Stage 4. I don't have long. I know I have no right to ask, but I'd like to see you. One last time. To apologize properly. To make peace. Please. I show Rachel the message. She reads it and looks at me. What do you want to do? She asks. I don't know. Do you need closure? I thought I had closure. Maybe she needs it. I think about that. About Claire, dying, wanting forgiveness. About the woman I loved 20 years ago and the woman who betrayed me. About grace and mercy and letting go. I'll go, I say finally. Not for her, for me. To prove that I'm not the person she made me. Rachel kisses my cheek. That's why I love you. I visit Claire in hospice. She looks ancient, ravaged by disease. But her eyes are still the same, sharp, intelligent, searching. You came, she whispers. I came. Thank you. I wasn't sure you would. I wasn't sure either. I'm sorry, Alex, for everything, for hurting you, for throwing away what we had, for being too stupid and selfish to see what I had until it was gone. I know. Do you forgive me? I think about that question. About forgiveness and what it means. About carrying grudges and letting go. Yeah, I say finally. I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because I don't want to carry it anymore. She cries, and I hold her hand until she falls asleep. Then I leave, and I don't look back. In the parking lot, I call Rachel. How are you? She asks. Good, really good. I'm coming home. We'll be waiting. I drive home, and Emma's graduation party is in full swing. Friends, family, laughter, life. This is what I built from the ashes. This is my revenge, not destruction, but creation, not tearing down, but building up. I pull Rachel close and kiss her. I love you, I say. I love you too. And I realize that Claire was right about one thing, all those years ago. Marriage doesn't mean someone's your top priority. Life is complicated and priorities shift. But the difference is this: in a real marriage, in a real partnership, you shift together, you grow together, you build together. And that's what Rachel and I have, what Claire and I never did. That's the real victory, not revenge, not destruction, just living well, just being happy, just being free.